Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Guys, we want to take this down a notch with a little bit of a softer song. It's called, before I say what it is called, my name's Amy Vorpahl.
And I'm Jason Charles Miller.
And this is ForeverVerse. Every week we write a song based on the happenings of the week before. And last week our characters were in some pretty dire straits together in a eureka moment. So that's what this is inspired by. And now, without further ado, the song you've all been waiting for. I'll stand by your side now.
The shadows pull us down and bury us to death. I can take your hand and breathe another breath. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll stand by your side now.
The loneliness can lie and tell you that you're blind. I'll look for your light shining in your eyes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll stand by your side now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll stand by your side now. I won't let you go now.
That one particularly was heartbreaking and moving. Wow. Great job. Always, everyone, Jason Charles Miller and Amy Vorpahl providing us with sweet serenades at the beginning of every episode of ForeverVerse, which you're watching now. We are in our 15th episode of 7th Sea, and things are getting pretty heated. We unfortunately do not have a Damien with us today because he's off again doing more stunt work, being stunty and awesome and badass around. So, which is unfortunate because of all the days that you could use him, today's probably the day.
I know, the day we fight a god and maybe I'll die.
If I had his mini, I would almost play the route of, you know, you guys get a chance to play him a little bit.
Just NPC him up, man.
Just NPC him up. But I will compensate by giving you a little extra needed help today.
Oh, yeah.
But if I could get Stella and Milton's mini when you get a chance, that would be awesome.
Guys, that song was so cool.
It was so good.
It was so catchy.
I'll be there for you.
I was like, I think they think we're all gonna die today.
Yeah.
I think that's
We
what
might.
we might.
I saw something going on over there.
Yeah, I know.
Made me nervous.
Did not mean for you to see all
At
that.
least we'll die together.
Hey, looking at the bright side.
That's me.
So super happy to have you guys again. We'll let's get the story started, but first, oh man, what is there? Is there anything to talk about before we just hop straight into this god battle? So, yeah, yes, no.
We left off with a pretty incredible cliffhanger.
That's true. So let's just get into it. We'll see you right after the bump. Seagull sounds are working, which means a Benny has been given to you in this impending battle.
Yeah!
Gonna need it.
We're gonna need so many.
I did remember
Since our warrior fell asleep again.
he's just narcoleptic at this point. If I
Ordered another one.
no. There is one thing I did forget to mention. The episode.
My laugh kind of sounds like a seagull. So
That's fantastic.
Another one. Is it the same one?
I think it's the same one.
Oh, okay.
Unless they tell me. Yeah, it's a long sound.
Okay, cool.
The one thing I did forget to mention, and then we'll get right into this, the episodes of ForeverVerse, you got your prologue in the form of Pugmire, which was on YouTube several weeks ago. Well, starting this week, aka tomorrow, is that I think
There's another one.
I don't think this sounds that long, so it's people saving them subs for when we're live.
for
Good
right
for
now.
you.
Thank you.
The episodes will be starting to upload on YouTube starting tomorrow. So the pilot episode of ForeverVerse, which was like 25 weeks ago,
It was a while.
it was a while ago, is going to be uploaded very soon.
For a while.
And if you would like, though, if you want to binge watch and catch up and you're already a subscription holder of Project Alpha, they are all there now. So that is
man.
there for your watching pleasure if you so choose. Otherwise, they're going to start rolling out on YouTube starting tomorrow and forever. Verse.
So are the YouTube episodes always going to be 6 months behind?
I think so.
Yeah, at this point until we're told otherwise.
Okay, great.
So, but they are coming, and we hope you enjoy them. And please give them all the love because they are going into the YouTube space, and they want to hear from you.
Yay!
So
Yeah, and YouTube's a dark internet space.
it's a dark internet space. It is a dark internet space. So, guys. We left our adventurers with Land Ho. They had seen the silhouettes of the island on the horizon. But, lo and behold, behind them, they heard the rumble and the crash and the sonic boom that shook the waves beneath them as a rising form peeked its head, if you could call a two-story building peeking, over the crest of the waves. So the rising form of the old sea god of sunken ships looms behind you. It dips suddenly into the ocean, leaving a wake that quickly overtakes the ship, lifting you up and bringing you down ever so gently. The sky darkens suddenly as lightning begins to crack across the sky as the silhouette of land in front of you begins to darken from your view. You can begin to hear the water hiss around you as bubbles continue to bloop, 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 bloop around your ship as it continues to cut through the waves leading straight in the direction where you first saw land. What would you like to do?
First, I'll poop my pants, I think.
Pooping your pants is done.
So he's in between now, us and land?
He is he's dived behind you, out of view for the moment. As you're continuing to cut through land. But yes, Krakkatola, the god of sunken ships.
Which way is the wind blowing?
Which way is the wind blowing? The wind is blowing.
Great question.
Toward land or away? Yeah.
I mean, do we just make a mad dash for land at this point and hope for the best?
I said we run the ship aground.
I
We don't need it anymore.
agree. I agree.
I mean, if we're in the water, we're in his domain.
That's right, yeah.
So with my 20, the wind is actually pointing south, which for your purposes is actually against where land is at the moment. So the wind is against you at the moment.
Against the wind.
We do have oars on our ship, which we established
You
before.
do have oars
but
on your ship, yes.
if we get all of our crew that's remaining to row, I still
Almost
don't
5
know.
guys.
No, we
No, we have-
They have more,
Yes.
remember?
Oh yeah, that's
You have
right.
a strength of 10 at this moment.
We have a full
Cool.
crew. And
4 are quote unquote battle ready.
Damien, the NPC, is going to captain the ship when I'm gone.
Can Damien the NPC row?
They're all pirates. They're all used to rowing. You know,
Right.
pirates or ex-merchant vessels.
I
So
say
the wind is going south.
we get the crew to row and we stay up here to be the heroes to kill off Krakkatola.
Well, also, I don't think we want the rest of the crew to see the sea god because they might freak out.
No, that's true too.
So what are your orders, Captain?
Capitan.
Crew, to me. I want all of you go down and roll like your lives depended on it because today they do.
You watch as every single one of the men, taking a moment to hear, start to run as they go below, taking to the ladders.
Also, if I wasn't clear, toward land. Don't just row in the direction. Yeah.
As they all basically grab a hold of the sides of the ladder and slide down, as you watch as oars,
splinters.
as cannons are pulled away from each one of.
Yeah, that's a bird.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
It sounds like a monkey.
It's a monkey gull.
Wow.
Or it's that creature Niddler from Pirates of Dark Water.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is either.
Pirates of Dark
I'm
Water
sorry, that was
show.
like my favorite cartoon
That was
growing
such a cool
up.
show, but I don't remember enough about it. But I remember
There was a
it
monkey
so
gull
cool.
up
There was a
Apparently.
monkey gull. So as you watch as the cannons are being pulled out from each one of the side the side ports, you watch as rows are replaced as they dip into the water, and you see the giant paddles begin to row as Damien the NPC begins to call
Great.
Yeah.
the
Good
rowing.
job.
Yeah.
And it's stroke.
Yes.
Stroke.
Good job,
But you
Fateless.
stroke
Stroke.
as you pull. You do the stroke when you pull.
Stroke.
Yes. There it is.
Wait, are we rowing too?
Stroke.
Are we
No,
on the
we're up
deck?
on
No,
the
you're
deck.
up on deck. In fact,
We don't
where would
row.
you like to be on deck?
It's actually a very inappropriate call.
Stroke?
Yeah.
When you're next to other, oily, sweaty men as you're pulling oars across the water?
I think they go like this. Stroke. Stroke.
Oh, maybe not everything's about. Wait, no, everything is about.
Where would you like to be on the ship?
Oh my god. New idea. What if I start dancing and try to
What
get
the
in
hell
his
is
head
that
again?
gonna do?
I think it's better than us just standing there going,
I mean, I might be able to like scissor kick him, you know, but apart from that, I mean, I have weapons and stuff, but
So, okay.
We need to be gathering supplies and maybe putting them on a small boat so that we can drop and hit land as soon as possible.
that's really so we abandon our fucking. Oh
Yes.
my god!
Oh.
Okay.
I don't.
Not right now, but get ready for it. Get ready.
To ready the rescue boats. I think I think that's a good idea. I mean, we should ready all of them just in case.
How many
they
do
give
we
them a
have?
chance.
How many rescue boats? One boat.
All right. Well, we should. Yes, we should.
Actually, I would even go as far as to say, as I don't even know if the Crimson Roger would have something like that. You know?
Well, let's check.
Well, okay. I guess we're running this ship aground.
You know,
Like
it's, I would say that you definitely
Run it
have,
aground.
like, you have. I mean, this is the deadliest pirate ship on the planet. There is no rescue boats. That's something that you would put on a merchant sailor who is being practical.
So there's not even a rowboat though, like to.
There has
like,
to be a rowboat.
There
so that
has to
people
be so that they can.
Yeah, so you can go
yes.
from ship to ship
Yep.
or ship to shore.
That is true. There is. I forgot what they call it, but
But do we even want to bother with that, or we just want to?
I also
Alright.
have another idea. We should
Okay.
get the crew to throw off anything unnecessary, if food, supplies, anything, because then we'll be able to go faster.
Capitan,
Do
that's a
we-
great idea.
And,
we
and we'll
want-
be less in the water.
Do we want the crew to do that? That will alert them to the fact that there's something.
They know that
going-
they're gonna die today,
Oh, they do?
don't they? They know that they might die.
they know they might. I don't think they want us to
I
increase their
feel like they
chances
don't
of
know that we're
dying.
about to fight the sea god of sunken ships.
As you hear the hissing grow louder, the bubbles begin to pop.
They're gonna figure it out
as they
soon
become
enough.
They can
wider
Yeah.
and wider.
Damien, have the crew throw off any unnecessary supplies, food, anything that we might need for longer than 3 hours.
Although maybe not cannonballs because we might want to shoot those.
Keep the cannon. Keep any military weapons.
Do you want us to row, or do you want us to haul things off the deck? Pick one.
Isn't it in the hold? Isn't
You can't row and-
I want split them up. I want both.
We can throw things off. What else are we doing right now?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we'll throw things
You. He points out to 4 men as they run up to the top of the deck, and you watch as they just start keel hauling things off
That's
of the
right.
side of the back of the
That's-
ship at the moment.
Are they wearing predominantly red?
Red bandanas. all of them. So,
Okay, guys. I hope you didn't attach to any of these 4 idiots because they're about to die.
None of them are the ones Stella's sleeping with, right?
no, he's the one barking orders downstairs.
Okay, great.
And as you, Stella, begin to, I'm assuming, sitting over here at the
Stella's in red.
the items, and I'm just gonna place you guys on the ship here at the moment until you tell me otherwise.
Yeah, I think I would probably be in the
Midship.
crow's nest.
Oh, in the crow's nest? You're gonna be all the way up in the crow's nest?
That's a very dangerous place to be, but I feel like I feel
You're
like
comfortable
right
there.
now, my worth in this situation, like the only thing I have to contribute to this situation is that I can see far accurately, and I've got a cube that can suck in water. That's about where I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm assuming you have a pistol or two as well.
I
too.
do, but I mean, we're fighting a
cube
sea
could come in
god.
handy.
Right.
I am gonna grab Fateless's elephant gun. No, Milton, you have the elephant
Milton
gun.
has
Yes,
the
I do.
elephant gun.
I. Never mind. Don't forget I said anything. I'm
Right.
figuring it out.
I ready it and
So
make
at this
sure
point-
it's ready to fire.
We're gonna actually say that Damien, in a seeing the lack of crew that is back there in the rowing, is going to strip off all of his weapons and hop in there and start rowing himself.
Damien the
Fateless.
cap. Fateless. Okay,
Yes,
great.
Fateless
Great.
is essentially contributing to your giant rowing scheme at the
You know
moment.
what?
Right.
I'm gonna help because I can't contribute anything else right now at
Okay.
the moment. So I'm
Okay.
gonna run down there as well.
I'm
So
going
for
to
the
get
two of you,
dancing.
on the
for the
ship
two of you,
with
you
the
can
elf.
roll for Damien to do your brawl and your what would this be? Athletics.
Okay. Ron in athletics.
Brawn and athletics.
Got it.
Roll me up some raises,
Here we
shall
go.
we?
See what we get. Oh, that's no good. I can reroll that though. That's mine. Come on, bud. Oh, much better.
Much better.
Wait. Crap! I didn't mean to reroll that one.
Whoops.
Crap!
Dice rolling. How many are
Sometimes
you
it's
rolling,
hard.
by the way, for this total raise?
5.
5 dice.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And how many did you get?
Uh.
Raises, by the way, for if you're just, I don't know why you'd be joining us just now for 7C. You're probably all invested in it at this point.
But if you are,
But if you are, raises are determined by getting a full 10 on the 10-sided dice.
3.
3 raises on 5 dice.
Yes, sir.
Great. So that will contribute towards your land ho objective. So let me make a mark for it. All right, as the hissing and bubbling continues, you watch suddenly as spouts of water lift up to the side of your ship, some coming across sides of the oars, and some just getting alongside the ship as you watch as a... Actually, let's see how many.
I really want Ivan to come up around the side of the table with like a huge hand puppet that is Krakkatola.
Or like Ivan just comes up from here.
Hey guys.
Yes, I'm here.
I will see your demise.
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of
way
dice.
See that?
Too many
That's
dice. Too many.
That's a lot.
The dice.
I don't like it.
3. So that's 1, 2, 4, 5. 5.5. All right, 5.5 raises, which means you watch as tentacles.
No, look at those really cool tentacle figures.
That's what I saw earlier. That made me scared.
As they raise up on either side of the ship, and you watch as they continue to writhe about as they attempt to snatch all of you around the area. You're now in an action sequence. Santiago went down below, but you still got you 3 up here.
Okay.
All right. Stella, you command these 4 pirates, which I'm using in place of the fact that your warriors left you.
Okay.
All right. So you can command these. Each one of these is the equivalent of a raise, if they can get in place with a tentacle.
Okay.
All right. And if they're on the deck like this, that doesn't mean that the tentacle is through the ship, but that means that's where it is in place at the moment.
It's come, aboard. Okay.
All right. And if it's through the ocean on here, that means that you can't melee it, but you can shoot it.
Okay.
All right. So, approaches. As the sea god has giant waving tentacles come up, you can see as the oars are continuing to push alongside, but the tentacles seem to be keeping pace alongside your ship as it bows through the water.
I'm going to try to distract Krakkatola by dancing and getting in his head.
Okay.
But before I do that, I'll tell them 2 per tentacle. Everyone, pirates, 2 per tentacle. Fight it off.
All right, so you'll move
then,
these 2 here,
Mm-hmm.
and these 2 will come here
Yes.
and attack.
Yes. And I will try to.
You're dancing. Milton.
Yes, can Milton move towards the front tentacles and get as close as he possibly can, and then fire one with the elephant gun at point blank range?
Point blank range. Okay.
Get it.
So 5, 10, 15, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think that's about as far as you want, unless you want to run and not do anything. We're going to do standard D&D rules for that circumstances.
I think that's close enough.
Okay?
Pretty
and you
good.
want to take a shot at this guy?
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
Do it.
You know what to do, Nicole.
I am going to do this like sweet swing around the pole in the middle of the crow's nest maneuver.
Yeah.
Jump up on the edge of the crow's nest and
Yeah.
take my my single shot flintlock pistol and aim at the other tentacle that Milton's not going for.
Beautifully described. Take a bonus dice.
Thanks,
Nice.
man. I'll
Nice.
take it.
Wow.
Do we have any tentacles or sea monster down below deck?
Not down below deck at the moment.
Okay.
Right
Are we
now.
aware of what's going on?
You heard the splashes and presumably the bubbles, as well as the spouts of water, which sounded like cannonballs crashing alongside of you.
Cool.
But presumably, since you have large open ports in which the oars are steering through, you could probably see giant tentacles coming up through the sides, and particularly the men who are close to the seaports know what's up. So. No! No! Krakkatola! As they cry, and you watch as some of them are putting their muscle into it and they're getting out of rhythm. Some men are just getting up from it at the moment and trying to run away before you watch Damie as the NPC grab one man who is leading up to it and goes, "Sit your ass back down!
Good.
We're either steering this into this We're either steering this into the beach or we're all dead. Pick one." You watch as the man like slowly sits back down and picks the ore up and starts getting into it again with hate, and you can see maybe even a little bit of mutiny in his eye.
I hear another seagull.
I heard it.
Woo!
Good call.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You guys are max.
All right, let's start using
All right.
some of these bad boys.
I'm gonna use 2 for mine.
2 for your dance?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna use 2 for my shot.
2 for your shot. All right, so guaranteed 2 raises for both Stella
Middleton.
and Middleton.
Okay.
I have 2 already, so it gives me 4.
Same.
Great. All right, so
Okay.
how about you? And then were you? I'm sorry, Santiago. Alejandro. I didn't even ask you what your approach is. Are you continuing to row?
Yeah.
Well, then make you get the same approach as well too to
Okay.
dedicate raises to it.
Roll again.
Roll the same way. You don't get the bonus die.
Sure.
But yeah, make your same raise rolls.
Can you say?
All right.
Yeah, I have
Praise
You
man.
contribute towards land ho.
ish.
I should probably get something a little more dramatic up in here.
Yeah, right? For this super dramatic scene instead of these calming ocean noises.
Calming ocean noses.
It's like my meditation ocean sound.
It's called
I
Stormy
listen to that when I go to
Seas.
sleep.
You know. Great. So Milton with your 4,
Yes.
and Stella with your 4. Milton, do you want to? You take this thing down easily. So you basically level your elephant gun, pop it back, and you watch as you watch smoke flipped up from the top of your muzzle as it ricochets right through the midst of the tentacle,
Awesome
and
sauce.
as it cracks down onto the ground.
Oh!
Back to the sea with you!
It slaps across the deck, and you watch it slide its greasy self back up into the ocean, maybe taking a planker or 2 with it. Stella? Or Stella, you have 4.
Yes. So
Right.
Stella has told her pirates on ship 2 per tentacle, and says, "Krakkatola, you thought you got rid of me. You did not. This is gonna get hot." And she rips her very nice captain's clothes off, which I'm sure Reyes had prepared as well to remove since she's a dancer.
They're tearaway.
Yeah, they're tearaway, and she grabs it from the stomach and goes like this, and they just fly off her.
Got a Benny back.
Nice.
And she's in her skivvies, and so there are 2 things I'm trying to do with this dance. 1, communicate or open a connection with Krakkatola. Number 2, if that's not even possible, the other thing is just to boost my guys, like inspire
Right.
them to make it look like I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Great.
As if their
Quick question.
captain has.
Can we talk about the skivvies for a second? Are we like, not to be gross? Is it like pirate era skivvies? So it's still basically like head to toe.
Yeah,
Like-
but it's still the
Gun
midriff. There's
Okay.
no corset. It's
Okay.
like the midriff is definitely showing. It's
gonna
more
be
of like
colder
it's
now?
more like a camisole, huh?
There's like
She's
hard
gonna be dancing,
ocean
dude.
wind hitting you. Are you gonna be
And
cold?
sprays of water.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to be dancing my ass off, so
Okay.
of course I'll be hot.
Yeah.
So instead of
And the water's just
time-
gonna add to the sexiness.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And my hair's gonna get
nothing
wet.
Blast
sexier
off.
than salt water.
And
Yes.
instead
Smacking you in the
yes, it's a different
So
kind of salt water
sexy.
because it's sweat. And then the
There we go.
the shorts part of it,
crew.
they're like silk. They're like silk PJ shorts. So you see a little cheek.
See a little
Oh.
cheek? Got it.
Whoa.
All right.
A
So,
little touch. Also, just remember that Krakkatola might be Thanatos right now.
Okay.
So don't get that connection too strong.
Okay. Cool.
I'll get to your dance in a second. Let me
Fantastic.
see how we resolve with Nicole's
Okay, I got
dice.
3.
All right. So a shot. It's basically like Milton. Milton, by the way, you only spent 2 raises on
nice.
that shot, shooting that thing from afar. So it'd be 2 raises for you to shoot this thing, as
Great.
far as what
I'm
it is,
gonna-
leaving
I'm
you a
gonna use
single.
2. I'm gonna shoot that guy.
All right, so you swing around with your pistol,
Yeah, dude.
leaning off the side of the crow's nest. As you fire into it, you watch as it ricochets back for a second, but instead of slopping down to the deck like the elephant gun did, you just watch as it goes back under briefly.
Okay.
And these 2 pirates, watching them come up on the side, come on either side, as they both are going towards Stella in the midst of her dance. But both of the tentacles leaping up onto deck, you watch as all 4 pirates basically pull their cutlasses and start hacking at it as hard as they possibly can, chipping at it away as you watch as they reel, as they slide back into the ocean effortlessly, pulling themselves away from the deck. Okay, that's everybody's raises.
Well, oh wait, did you go?
I got 3.
You got 3, which you're going to dedicate to Land Ho,
Yeah,
right?
all 3. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Let me...
Did you roll for Fateless, or did you roll for Fateless?
I'm rolling for Fateless.
I do think
We're both
we
in
should
there rolling.
keep. So you guys are both together.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Okay.
we don't want to leave anyone.
No one alone.
No one alone.
and I'm making sure his neck is nice
We
and clean.
still
no
don't know
darts.
why no one alone. We just know that that's what Fateless told us.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Fateless told us that's how you die forever, is if you die when you're alone.
Ivan is ripping paper. For
Right.
those of you who cannot
For my
see.
raises. So 6 towards Land Ho.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Hey.
Now, at this moment, you watch as the tentacles, this one particularly sweeps in, coming from the side, and you watch as a pirate who, in the midst of hacking, didn't see the other tentacle come up, and you watch as it
buddy.
slips across the side of him as he screams, "Hey!" And you watch as he is pulled back
My
into
babies!
the ocean. As it comes back up again, and you hear Stella, just the sound of menacing laughter as you continue to dance into it. And the voice sounds different than what you originally heard Krakkatola
You hear
come
that?
into it. It sounds deeper, it sounds more resonant, it sounds more playful than what originally was inside.
It's Thanatos now.
All right, let's see how Krakkatola does. I have my 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. 1,
Guys, we're legit fighting a god right now.
It's cool.
Legit.
2.
I mean, it's cool if we live through it.
Yeah.
It's probably not our wisest.
Who's got
Four,
the device right now?
five.
Where
I
is
do.
it?
I have it. It's
You
in
have
my
it on
bag.
your person?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
All right. So
It might
you
be
watch
needed.
as
And
7 more.
Think of creative ways to use the cube too. We've got
Right.
the
Oh,
cube.
yeah.
Those are the only things I think I have that can
I
be.
know it would hurt them if the tentacle got in. I know.
Now,
Yeah,
why
but
are
would it be
those
small enough
are those
to-
tentacles
That's true.
representative
grew
of
a
they're
little
breaking
bit.
through the wood, or
They're coming
in,
into
Coming
it.
over.
in
They're
Vorpahl
coming
it was
over.
this big and
And it's
grown
like
a
they're
little
just they're
since then.
coming in at the moment.
Yeah, so they
Close.
made it that far in, but they're not like breaking up through.
No, we're not. I'll tell you if they start breaking through.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4,
They're definitely
5,
putting a
6.
squeeze on the ship, though.
Different way.
Yes, they will definitely. They're definitely manhandling your ship
Haven't
a little
seen
bit.
it suck in air yet.
All right.
They're monster
so,
handling it.
You watch as 7 more tentacles
Work, but inside.
lift up as they start winding themselves around the ship, finding places to grasp a hold of it.
What?
Continuing to hold on to everything as they continue to come in.
Oh my god.
As you're still in the midst of your action sequence. So,
Okay, how many raises did I spend for the dancing?
well, you spent. I mean, that's actually a good question. Really, to just do the dance, it would only be a single raise.
Okay.
So you would have 3 at this point. And at this stage, any if you have any leftover raises, you can continue to spend them as you want. If you haven't, you can. We're going to raise up essentially. So I would almost encourage you to spend the raises that you have now with these new tentacles in
Great.
place.
So the thing that I'm going to do with them is to inspire the 3 remaining
Great.
people with my dance. As I dance and my sweat is flying and everything
Very
is
sexy.
shaking in a very sexy way.
Right. The men are a little more comfortable dying with the beautiful, scantily clad women on the boat.
Well, I remind them a little bit more of Reyes,
Right.
and they realize that Reyes had at least some power over the god.
So for
and
those
Right.
3, you can do all 3 of them, and the opportunity that I will give you is that you can double their movement for this round.
okay,
Nice.
I'll take
Okay.
it. They're
So instead of moving 3, they can move 6.
fantastic.
Okay. So, Captain, what are your orders?
Well, I don't know if I want them to move away. Actually, yes, I want them to team up with
I guess I think the middle of the ship is where, I don't care if the ends get broken off, I feel like we're gonna have some ship casualties. So have my crew move to the tentacles in the middle.
The two tentacles in the middle? So
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4 will get you him.
Okay.
And then here, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4 to go along this guy.
Okay.
Or he can make it to this one.
Let's
This
keep
guy?
it. Yeah, that guy.
All right. So you have these two teaming up on here.
Okay, I
Now
think
what's
that's
your
good.
approach?
So this is a new one.
Yeah, this would be for your new approach.
Okay, so did it seem like it worked?
It seemed like what you heard was a mocking laughter in your ear.
Okay.
You haven't heard any words from it, but there is an unfamiliarity with the voice inside of your head.
Sounds promising. Definitely.
I know. Is knowledge power, or do we attack the fuck out of this?
How far are we from
Land.
It's dark. It's impossible to
it's
see
nighttime?
the silhouette. Well, the clouds block the
clouds
sun,
from
and you can
Krakkatola.
hear as the lightning continues to crash.
Okay, fuck it. This is what I'm gonna do. This is
Go,
cinematic.
Sally,
This is
go.
cinematic. Okay, I have a connection with Krakkatola already, and he
Right.
knows exactly who I am and what is in my head. He knows exactly that I turned him down last time, and so this time I'm going to fuck his stupid tentacles, and I'm gonna go straight for his maw where I found the antikythera
Okay,
mechanism.
all right.
So to get to it, I'm going to grab onto a tentacle and start climbing underwater. I'm gonna hold my breath.
Would you like a cube first?
Oh, yes. The cube, please. I'm doing something very dashing.
Yes. I have one raise remaining, so
You
Throw
Give her
that cube.
opportunity.
Throw that cube. Throw that cube.
Yes, your opportunity is the last raise to throw the cube down, and it's a raise to
All
catch
right,
it.
here you go,
Okay.
Mama. You ready? Yeah. All right.
And I put it in my mouth
looks
to
like
act
50
as
feet to me.
a little bit of a air gap between the water and my throat.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
To see if that might work. And I put it in my mouth with the open side facing out.
Open side facing out. Okay.
To hopefully create at least a bubble, and then I latch onto a tentacle and start climbing underneath.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, grasping a hold of a tentacle at
Ballsy.
the moment. You grabbed it, and we'll get to the sliding down it.
Okay.
This is an approach.
Okay.
So let's talk about your.
How about finesse and athletics?
That sounds good to me. Bonus because it's your first one. Bonus because you're doing something fucking crazy. Crazy. Which you always, like every episode, it's always a crazy. What are
It's
your?
like,
What
you're
are
being
your-
attacked. I start dancing. Yeah, that totally worked. But it does.
Yeah.
So what was your hubris and your?
So my hubris is underconfident. I receive a hero point when my hero decides he cannot take an action without help from another hero, insisting another hero spend a hero point to give me bonus dice.
Okay. So
And then
that's
my-
definitely not underconfident.
No.
What's the other one?
My virtue is I can activate my virtue after a villain spends raises for an action, and that action fails. The villain still loses the raises she spent.
Ah, got it. Okay. So that wouldn't be the circumstances in this situation.
No, but that's cool that I have that and never used it ever, because that would render an entire action useless.
May I recommend that maybe we read the book or read your abilities.
I
the
know.
next time around.
I was too busy dancing.
Ivan Bird.
Yeah.
It's okay. You grabbed a hold of this tentacle and you're gonna slide down it like a fireman's pole.
Yes, that's
As you get into it, Milton. New approaches.
Well, there's a tentacle behind me and a tentacle in front of me. So,
Yes.
he's just gonna keep. I've got 2 raises left.
Right. So you would probably use that one of those to reload. I'm assuming.
Okay, I'll use 1 to reload and 1 to shoot the one in front of me, and then could I
These came up in a new round, so if you wanted to spend one last raise to give an opportunity to somebody else, that'd be fine. But since these new tentacles are up, you'd have to make a new approach with that.
and re-roll?
yes.
Okay.
Re-roll. So, but 1 to reload for sure,
Okay.
and then 1 left. If, however you want to spend it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a wasted raise.
Well, let me use 1 to at least shoot the one right in front of me. I would think it was right there.
Well, again, though, you wouldn't be able to make a new one. This is a new round. They came up after.
But if I'm reloading
Right.
and then the last one, can I give that to somebody? Can I give it to Stella?
You could give a raise to her, create an opportunity for it. You know, it's the same way that Nicole gave her an opportunity to throw the cube, so that she has it. But I would like to know what that is. Because these things came
Yell
up
out
to
a
you.
distraction or something.
Yeah, if the tentacle was gonna get me, you could.
Maybe I could. Perhaps the tentacle it was about to grab her, like she's getting ready to jump on.
Yeah.
And then another portion of it is coming around, and look out for the top! Whoosh!
Awesome. So I think that's good, and what we'll do is maybe give you a bonus raise for your next round.
Okay,
If you'd like that.
Great.
All right. No, I'm sorry, not a bonus raise, a bonus die.
Bonus die.
Yes.
Which could end up being a bonus raise.
Right.
if
Yeah,
you
it's just
roll.
depending on how you roll.
You get on this.
So get you a bonus die on this. Did you get a 10?
Yes, I did. See? Look. That is a goddamn 10.
Yeah, beautiful.
I mean, it's a 0, but
Stellar.
yeah.
So, Miss Nicole.
I mean, my thought right now is if we can clear these tentacles out of the way, provided there are people downstairs still rowing, then we can keep moving in the direction we're moving, which we assume is towards land, but it's better than nothing. So I am going to, I'm assuming I have a better eye to get a better shot from up in the crow's nest where I am.
Oh, you can see everything that's going on around you,
Okay.
including this tentacle, which was shooting straight up towards the crow's nest. for the
Terrifying.
record.
I would
Yes.
like to shoot that, please.
All right. So that's more firearms or weaponry and finesse
Yep,
for you.
Okay, great.
And Santiago, are we rowing or are we?
Here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Can everybody down below deck see any of the tentacles through? We talked about how we can kind of see some through the cannon holes.
Yes.
We're now using the oars through.
Yeah.
Can we? My plan is that I want to keep everybody rowing, but I want to pull 2 out and put a cannon.
You want to pull 2 out, get some crewmen to pull out and try to put some cannons in place.
Cannons in there to line them up if there's any like really dangerous or too close looking tentacles. To just
That sounds
blow
great.
away.
You can make that approach on that for sure.
Okay, great.
So how would you like to make that approach?
I feel. Like
Oh,
that's-
and also for the record, I should probably take this opportunity to say, guys, you don't have to even tell me your plan. Just tell me what you want to do.
That's what I want to do.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's I don't need to hear plans. I need to hear your fucking conquers, if I
What
may
we're
be so
doing.
bold.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if you can't, I'm not. It's not my job to tell you no. It's my job to tell you how to say yes.
Got it.
That's what I think the glory of being a good DM is that you never say no.
Write that down, internet.
You know.
Write that down.
If I truly think something is too difficult, then I'll tell you, or if it's just out of the realm of impossibility. But it will never be a no. It'll be a how are we going to play this out the way that you want to do it. So you want to pull cannons out? You
Yes.
just say I'm pulling some cannons out and putting them in place. We're going to fire at those tentacles right there.
Alejandro learned some cannon skills when I was shadowing a fellow crew member,
The Master Gunner.
the Master Gunner.
Yeah.
And so I
Cannon skills.
I look over to Fateless and I go, Fateless, it looks like we've got company. I'm gonna try to bring out some cannons to do something. We have to do something. We have to help them.
Great.
And then he
Awesome.
responds with like, so you're telling me we're going to have to use cannons?
Great impression.
That is a really great.
That's what we're going to do. Then I believe it would be prudent if you were to do that and I were to remain rowing and keeping everybody on track. And I said, you're so handsome. Look at your eyes. They're so dreamy. Okay, sounds like a plan.
Oh my god, it makes me so happy.
Pull one guy off of his oar.
Yeah.
Along with me, I get up. And it's the same 2 windows so that it's not off balance or anything.
Okay.
Right? The same portholes.
So 1 and 1 on either side of the ship.
Thank you. And then we wheel in those cannons.
Great.
And Alejandro looks for a clean shot at a tentacle and just fires it.
All right. So your approach. So you can actually make an approach for Fateless. I'll have you still roll for Fateless.
Sure.
With his similar dice roll, but now you can roll a weaponry and finesse, or however you want to make the approach.
Yeah, here's Fateless is first.
All right.
Keeping on rowing. Okay. Okay.
And then you 3 got your raises as well too at this point, right?
Yes.
Ooh, Nicole, you're just killing it, dude.
My finesse is really good.
All right,
Yeah.
Fateless got 3. And I'm rolling a
Stella's killing it.
weaponry and
I
what?
got that extra.
I would say weaponry and finesse, because you are aiming the cannon.
Okay, cool.
You know. How many did Fateless get?
3, so that's 3 towards rowing.
3 towards rowing. 1, 2,
Damn it.
3.
3.
3 more to rowing. Great. You got an exploding?
Exploders don't count unless you have
At
3.
least 5.
Yeah.
10s explode on 5s.
Any of us have that.
No, not on our skills. The most we could get on our skills was 3.
You're right, but it just says rank 5, 10s explode. So
I got 4.
yeah, 4.
Fateless got 3 going towards rowing. Alejandro got 4.
Nice.
Okay, great. So for each one of those raises, you've got basically you could take one because you only got one cannon in place.
Yeah.
You could shoot one on either end, and that'll cost you 2 raises.
Cool, sounds good.
All right.
Let's do it.
The other ones you can either that's actually I don't see any. The consequences here is, of course, you could try to have them be stealthily because anything that's being shot at this point, they know where you're coming at. You know, so
That's fine.
And I guess the opportunity, there isn't any opportunity. There's just tentacles.
I'm just trying to help tentacles, man.
All right, so let's blow them away. Cannon fire.
Nice.
On either edge of things. Cacao.
Yeah.
We came in like a cannonball.
I like it.
How about Nicole? You've got your 4 raises. Oh no, Stella's got 5.
Stella's got 6.
6. So how would you like to spend your raises? It is a raise to slay the tentacle. You're swimming to go down in there.
Yeah. I don't want to slay it yet because I want to make sure
You wanna
that
get in there.
Yeah, I get in there.
All right. So I'm going to say it is a raise for every minute underwater you want to spend.
All right.
And there's one just to incentivize the tentacle to take you down to Krakkatola. You know.
I don't know if I need the tentacle. I want to climb. I want to climb it like a.
I know.
Oh, okay.
So I know you want to get down to his face.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it would be a raise.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Great. I'm going to maybe spend all the raises and I get to his face because this is how I'm going to do it.
Well, you would get to his face with 5 minutes underwater.
Fantastic. So the way it happens is I've got a cutlass. I've also still got my garter dagger, and I'm going to climb the tentacle with my knife and cutlass, just like a
God of War
like
style.
a rock climber.
Right.
Yeah, wow.
All right, so you.
In your skivvies.
So,
Yeah. Thank God I took off my clothes.
And it's
Pirate
totally just
era
like letting
skivvies.
you do that. It's just like, okay,
Is that-
that's
yeah.
a lot, but go ahead. Let's do this.
Ow!
I heard acupuncture's good for you, so.
I like this, so I'm going to help you with it. You dig your claws in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
God of
with
War
green.
style. You're like a Kratos on this giant tentacle.
Love it.
As you dig in, you basically watch as the first stab you go into it, the tentacle retreats as it pulls back into the water, sucking you into the deep, and you feel as the force pushes the water against you as you know, if you weren't controlling your lungs, the wind would just have been knocked right out of you. But you hold your breath as you watch as you're pulled into the deep, and as it continues to pull you underwater deeper and deeper, you start climbing against the currents.
Dude, that's so badass.
As you pulling yourself along the tentacles, as if I were to do a giant side shot of this, you would see the boat. And have you ever seen that picture where it's like, you know, the sea monster's retreating, and then you can see the giant kraken underneath it that seems to just be pulling the sea monster down. It's like you can see the boat on the top of the water, and you can watch as this mass of tentacles is above the Crimson Roger, and you can watch as Stella's tentacle is being taken deeper and deeper underwater as you see the looming face. It is darkness and darkness and darkness as you're assuming to be pulled closer towards Krakkatola.
Yeah.
All right. Again, you get 5 minutes, which is I'm assuming going to be 5 raises at this point. So I'm sorry, 5 approaches.
Okay.
All right. So, that being said, Milton.
Yes. Milton rolled 1 raise.
1 raise.
So he would like a Benny, so he could have at least 2 raises to take out
Yes.
Which one?
the one in front of him, because Milton noticed. That one behind him. Milton took aim at the tentacle in front of him and then heard a cannonball shot and saw it basically disintegrate. So he turned around, fired his rifle completely unorthodox, over his shoulder, completely wrong, and happened to take out the
crack.
Yeah.
As he comes around it, he
somehow had a vision of once being some sort of soldier long ago.
As you watch as a giant exit wound comes out the other side of the tentacle as spray comes across the boat as it retreats back into the water. You watch as these two continue to tackle each one, cracking and attacking each tentacle as it comes forward. As everyone spend their raises.
Nope, I got mine still.
You got your 4. Okay.
I got 2 more too.
That's true.
I have a question. With my, I have a few single shot flintlock pistols.
Okay.
But I have to reload them.
You have to reload them, which is a raise. By the way, for the record, those cannonball shots, you can use those last 2 raises to reload.
That's what I want to do.
You know,
Okay,
so you can reload that.
Cool.
So I guess if I have 4, I would love to use those to shoot and reload against the 2 remaining tentacles.
Well, in this round, you could probably just shoot 1 and reload. And leaving 2, because I don't know, unless you're using 2 different pistols and you want to reload.
I could use 2 different pistols. I had picked up 3 along my journey.
Up 3, okay.
Yeah.
Then did you outfit yourself with all 3?
They're just in my bag.
Just in my bag. All right.
My bag of many tricks.
So shoot, drop, and then try to reload.
And then reload.
All right. That's an impressive amount of firing. As you take out these 2 tentacles.
Heck to the yeah, and then I'm immediately just gonna like sit down, like cross-legged in the crow's nest and get to work reloading.
All right, get there reloading. All right, so ironically you managed to clear everything, which is amazing, of all the tentacles, but let's see if Krakkatola comes back with a vengeance.
Yeah, probably, man. I mean, we just hurt all his little toes and Stella's doing acupuncture.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Doesn't sound good.
5, 7.
Yeah.
So 7 pop up again.
Yeah, each minute, yeah.
7 more.
All right, actually, we need
Oh no.
What the fuck is that? That looks cool. What is it?
What is it?
Bigger
different.
minis.
Hell no.
Oh no.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Those things are definitely on the boat, too.
Yeah.
So we're having 5 pop up, but this one you actually see burst through the bottom.
Oh no.
Actually, not through the bottom. It's going to go through the side, so it's just going to crack
How's the
right
morale
through it
down below?
as it curves back up. People screaming.
Yeah, because they can't see what's happening up here.
Well, I thought if
You
that
know?
guy burst through the bottom or the side, they might have.
As these 2 continue to come up, this one, you watch as this one, 2 of them clawed tentacles as they lift up.
Gross.
And this one to the side, you actually see it lift up and its claws separate as you watch as a spout comes out and you see a giant gush of green liquid
No!
slide against one of the pirates as it envelops him, and you watch as he screams as mist comes up in front of him and you see his bone dissolve right in front as his body just turns to powder.
But then right before he died, he said, he slimed me.
As this one sprays against you, Nicole.
Oh no!
As it comes against the side, and you watch as it splatters against the side of the crow's nest.
Yeah, I sat down in the crow's nest.
I know, yes, which was very, very smart. As it splats against the side of the crow's nest, and you can hear as the sound of wood hissing, and you can smell acrid acid and burnt wood as you start to hear the wood creaking and cracking
All right.
as the crow's nest begins to tilt ever so
I
slightly.
should probably get down.
All right, that's Krakkatola's round.
Question.
So,
Yikes.
yes.
When that massive tentacle shot through the side of the ship,
Yeah.
did it go through the part of the ship where Fateless and I are in, rowing?
Yes,
Did we see
so it came through and it didn't kill anybody, but it basically came through one of the portholes and then up through the top of the ship.
Okay,
And it
cool.
basically scattered the men who were on those oars.
Okay, we're attacking the hell out of that.
Okay. Great.
Yeah,
Hacking
get it.
away at it, shooting it with guns.
Whatever
Bunch
you
of
can
guys.
get at it. All right. That's your approach, Nicole. So you can go ahead and roll weaponry. Again, and if Fateless is wanting to still do that and not row, you can contribute to that as well, too.
All right, cool. I'll roll for Fateless.
All right, Nicole?
I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna slide down the crow's nest pole to get back on the south side of the ship. Or not south side, but to get back on the base level of the ship so I'm no longer in the crow's nest. And then, oh goodness.
So
and
a
then
raise
I'm
to
gonna-
get down successfuly.
A raise.
A raise to avoid splatting yourself onto the
the acid
deck.
that's there.
And the acid that's there. So there's
gross.
2 raises worth of consequences to avoid the acid. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And then I want to try to find the next most advantageous position on the ship.
All right, and then your last raise, you create an opportunity to get you back into an advantageous part of the ship, which I'm assuming is either going to be the foredeck or the aft deck. The foredeck or the aft deck.
Okay. So that'll be, I'd like to use finesse and notice to try to get down there and then find the most.
Notice. This is more of an athletics thing, I would say.
Okay, so finesse and athletics?
Yup, you're
Okay.
jumping down from that.
Okay.
Stella, you're good for the moment.
Okay, how many eyes does he have?
You haven't seen him yet. You're still being pulled into the water, into the blackness.
Okay.
But we're going to resolve that this round. So how would you want to approach? Because as you're being pulled along, you probably need to think, okay, I'm here. What am I going to do once I see him?
The long-term goal is to get him to come to the surface, but behind the ship, so that when he surfaces, maybe the ship is propelled even further and faster towards the land. So he creates like a tidal wave towards land.
Okay.
But I think my first action is going to be to try to blind him, like find wherever his eyes are and blind him.
Okay.
So that he doesn't have.
So as soon as you're dragged down, you're going to go straight for attacking him.
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to be weaponry and brawn for this approach.
Okay, that is almost
And
nothing.
Milton.
Go, Stella, go.
I get 2
Milton notices the acid.
Yes.
One.
And by the way, it's splashed. If you weren't along the pole, it's on either side of you at the moment.
Yeah,
so let's call this an acid splash and an acid splash.
So he's going to try to take out
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll have to get around it. You're going to still be shooting?
Yeah.
Because you didn't reload from your last round, so you're going to have to spend a raise to at least reload.
Okay.
You know what to roll then.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. How's our raises looking?
Fateless and Alejandro each got 3.
3.
But I'm going to have each of us take 2. So we're each up to 5. Can I do that?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
great.
So 4.
Do
So yeah, take out
4 is
now.
spent.
Wow. Awesome.
All right.
So Alejandro's 5 are going to go towards. Sorry, Fateless's 5 are going to go
Not
towards
bad at all.
moving the ship.
Okay.
Is Krakkatola, is he attached to us? Is he attached to us, or is he an omnipotent god who, as we're going, he keeps catching up to us? Is he like?
Yeah,
are we
no,
losing
he's
him at
swimming
all?
along with
Swimming
you.
along with us.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, there's no other way that otherwise, because your ship's not going slow, and you're pedaling along. But also
Right.
for something that's the size of an iceberg, it's not
Right.
terribly hard for him to keep pace with you.
Gotcha. Okay. So even with 5 raises towards speed, does that affect any sort of outcome of the fight of Krakkatola?
No,
Okay.
not. It just gets you closer to land.
Okay, cool. So 5 on that, and then Alejandro's 5 are gonna go towards hacking away at the tentacle that's like just lodged in there that
Yeah.
you're seeing. Like it's
That's this one.
that's that one.
Yeah.
So Alejandro's going to he's going to take out his sword, and he is a fencer. He is a fencer, so he has some skills, and he is going to inspire the men close to him.
Men, grab your weapons. We have to take this out at all costs. Our men are possibly dying up on the deck, and it is up to us to put an end to this evil. Go, do it now.
You watch his men get up, pulling knives. One breaks a bottle onto the side
Fire a gun
of the
at it.
ship as they pull out, and they just start tackling this because this is at least 3 times the girth of the smaller tentacles that
Right.
you were dealing with. So it's like hacking through an oak at this
And
point.
I imagine that it's writhing and moving each
Moving,
time.
and each
takes
time
a hit.
it slides and it hits a guy who goes "Ah!" as he slams against the back of the deck. As you guys are just piling on top of this giant moving tree trunk.
Alejandro doesn't get hit because he's a very good fencer. So
Yep.
he's literally like ha ha ha, and then ducking because he knows that the thing's gonna like
Yep.
writhe and smack, and like this guy gets hit, and I'm like watch out, and I just keep going at it. And
Great.
guys
As you
are shooting at it.
I'm picturing Alejandro right now as like the world's fanciest sushi chef.
Yes.
beautiful. I need to
Put it all coming up.
sushi tonight.
I need to put the model there just to kind of represent that in a fun way.
There we go.
Yeah.
Great. So the men are going after this giant behemoth of a tentacle. Milton,
Let me ask you this: does Milton still have that feeling that if he tries to cast a spell, it ain't gonna happen?
there is, because Krakkatola is here,
Yeah.
he doesn't have.
But he's also not Krakkatola. Or at least we suspect. Or
I'm getting to that because
Okay.
the ship is definitely not under his surveillance anymore,
Right.
but his presence is there. So I'm telling you, it's absolutely possible to do it, but the math in my head of it being good or bad is different than what it would be normal.
Got it.
It is less advantageous.
Got it.
It is not impossible like it was previously, but I'm not saying. All I'm saying is that it is in your mind, Milton, thinking and looking into this, saying, well, I've got an equal chance of making this better or making it worse. So,
Right.
I'm giving you a 50-50 shot with it. Previously, it was a little better in your favor, especially in the surveillance of the gods.
50-50.
Well, I only rolled 2 anyway, so I need to take at least 1 Benny so I can re-roll.
Right.
And he will fire at the acid spewing.
This one.
Big guy.
So reloading and shooting.
Yeah.
All right. So that would be. You're dedicating 5 raises to this, you said, right, Alejandro?
Yeah.
To hacking this
Wow.
thing?
Yep.
Plus a dramatic wound from the pistol shot there. Yeah, that's going to be enough.
Rifle.
So rifle shot with the elephant gun. So
And it's a sawed-off shotgun. Right.
you watch as you do need to come around to get a little bit of an advantage. So which way would you like to go to get a better of a?
To the right.
To
So
the
more
right,
into
okay.
the center of the ship.
All right, so as you fire into its open clawed maw, you watch as the bullet pierces outside of it as it continues to writhe and writhe. And Santiago, you see as the maw coming back almost as quickly as it came in, just slips in a simple streamlined motion like an octopus escaping from the clutches as it lives out, leaving a giant hole amidst the side of your ship, which, as it's bobbing and weaving through the ocean, occasionally it takes on a small bit of water as it continues to purse through. But
Ooh, crazy.
pull that one out. That was Milton. That was Alejandro. Nicole, you've got all 4.
I've got 4.
All right.
Yep.
So it sounds like that's just enough to get out of way.
To get out of the way without getting splatted. So
All right.
yeah, Nicole's going to
So paint me the picture.
jump over the edge of the crow's nest, grab onto the pole, slide down the pole, miraculously not getting any splinters. Not splatting herself or twisting an ankle on the way down.
Yep.
Keeping low to the ground for that awesome center of gravity that enables her to snake through and get through enemies very quickly.
Yep.
And keep her eyes peeled for the best
Where would she like to
situation.
land? Because this is elevated.
I think she'd like to hop up on the elevated front of the
Wow.
boat, trying to see if she can use her eagle eye vision through the darkness to maybe see some outline of land.
Yeah. Well, as you're sliding across the rope line, holding the foresail, you're sliding down across as you're going towards the ship. As you can see, as it continues to bob and move, and you can feel as it lurches every stroke as you're moving forward, and through the haze of the darkness, you can see actually land not far off.
Great.
It is. You have closed the distance at least 3/4 of what you were.
Awesome. Can
there's
I
a bat. I
heard a
guesstimate how
seagull.
long that is?
So you were, let's call it, you were. It's hard to judge distance, but you are close enough that in the next couple of rounds, you could run aground. Like, you're close enough to at least beach it,
Okay.
right?
I'm gonna yell, land ho, straight ahead, keep going!
All right. As you land onto the top, you, Stella, can see, actually, as you're being pulled in closer, you can see the formless head of Krakkatola sitting amongst you
What?
in the darkness as it pulls its tentacle close to you. And for the record, if you want to know how many eyes it has 3, 6, 8, 16 eyes.
Dude, that figure's intense.
So these are all the models from the Conan game, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah. As it pulls you in closer, you can see as this grotesque maw and this bulbous head with 16 eyes, each one of them a different color of the rainbow, piercing and looking at you, no pupils as it stares close to you, as you feel its presence penetrate inside of your mind, and you can hear the sound of Thanatos speak inside of your head.
Right, you were right.
Bold move, Hope, to come here and face me alone. What do you hope to accomplish?
Wait, you're alone! Oh, shoot!
This is fine.
Oh.
Shit.
Ah! How did we not see that? We're idiots!
Amy, you might just die right now.
No, I won't. No, I won't. In my head, in my head, I think I am not afraid of you. I am not afraid of you. You let my friends go. I can't believe you orchestrated this whole thing from the beginning.
You watch as a few tentacles come up as they seem to languidly attempt to approach you, attempting to pluck you from the tentacle that you're currently holding on to. He goes,
Me? Let your friends go? Well, why didn't you think of that when you volunteered? This is your fault that you're here, Hope. You're the one who signed up for this. It is your fault just as much as your friends that you are here. And who is to say that they even are your friends?
From what I can tell, you want us to jump, and the only way we can jump is each time to kill you and kill you and kill you. And so I begin, and I take my daggers, and I only have 2 raises,
Right.
but I'm gonna start with 2 eyes.
Okay.
My goal is to at least wipe out one side of his.
So you're hopping along the side of Krakkatola's face as you take your daggers and you pierce inside of it as it lifts its head up in the waves and it wails.
NBD just taking down a god with daggers.
I know. I don't know that I'll take him down, but I
1d3
definitely
damage.
I definitely wanna blind him.
You hear as it wails for a moment before it comes back into it. In the midst of the grotesque creature's cries, you can still hear Thanatos's voice clearly, as if the monster's pain is not its own. As it continues, goes,
This vessel is just one of my many playthings as we come into this delicate dance
Well,
that
then-
you have brought us in.
Beautiful. Then why don't you show your face, you coward, hiding in a vessel that cannot die?
You see, actually, as you're starting to move up and up, as the air is getting closer, as the land is coming up, and you actually are close enough that you can see that you're starting to see the sky get closer and closer to you as the ship is getting closer and closer to land.
Oh.
And Thanatos, well, that's good. So that's the approach for this round. I know that Milton. Well, let's go. Let's get another approach in here because Thanatos has more tentacles.
Of course he
Well, I'm
does.
spending my fucking hero point to activate my virtue after he spends raises for an action and then making that action fail.
So read to me.
Activate your virtue after a villain spends raises for an action period.
Yeah.
That action fails, period. The villain still loses the raises he or she spent.
Okay, so that will negate 1 raise for 1 tentacle coming up.
Okay.
You know? Because I have usually get multiple raises, but I will basically remove 1 because that is 1 action would be to use a raise to bring up
That's
a tentacle.
fine. I'm happy with that.
Okay. 2,
Finally did it.
3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So this is 10. So not quite. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Oh shit, no, that's definitely. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more tentacles.
Wow.
But minus 1.
Minus 1. 5 tentacles.
Dang it. It's not the acid spewing kind.
Whoosh. Boosh. That was the first one I bought, and that's the one that she negated. So.
Yes.
Great.
Whoosh.
Good job.
Whoosh. Let's put 1 here.
Are you
All
out
right.
of tentacles?
What's that?
Are you out of tentacles?
I am out of tentacles.
Yay for
Except for I
us.
got 1 left.
Oh yeah, that monster.
So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, this only one of these came out this round. That's right. So just 1 there. So you watch as the tentacles climb through, and these 2 pirates on the side, as they're continuing to fend and write things off. You watch as they're picked up, and you can hear the screams as he is split and crushed like an anaconda and a rabbit.
No.
As this man over here at the same time is lifted and thrown and tossed like a rag doll over off into the ocean as he splashes across the side of the ship.
Oh, he's probably alive still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nicole.
Parachute went off too.
You watch as this one that was up on the side of you as you came down to the your upper advantage, as it's kind of slid up to the side of the deck in order to grab one of your legs and lift you up into the air,
Sure.
leaving you by a single ankle. But you
Cool,
can
man.
feel as it's crushing you, and you're going to take 10 damage.
10.
10
Holy
damage, including
moly.
the dramatic wounds with it. So.
Would you
as it-
say how many? 2?
Well, however many that 10 total is going to lead
Do
up.
I count the dramatic as 1?
Yes,
Okay.
count the dramatics as 1.
5,
Damn.
6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's 2 dramatic wounds.
Right.
Great villains gain 2 bonus die now.
Yep, and you get die as well. So as it lifts up, you can feel the wind lifting you up, and you watch as your backpack opens and stuff starts to scatter onto the bottom of the ship.
Her stuff!
As you
No!
as you can feel your ankle.
Her stuff!
As not only do you feel the suckers pressing up against you as you're plastered against the side of the tentacle, but you can feel the bones in your ankle start to give and break from the pressure onto it. That's the dramatic wounds.
Oh.
So,
Okay, so this asshole. First of all, one of the things of my stuff that just fell on the boat is the damn anti-clearing mechanism.
Ooh.
So that clatters onto the side
Oh! Oh no!
We
You
need
know.
that.
it's new approaches, y'all.
Oh, I'm so ready to
So-
F this dude up.
What do you want to do?
He's already approaching surface.
You can see you're definitely sub. As you're holding on to him, you can see, because you went down deep, but as you're holding on to Krakkatola, you can look up and you see that you're closer to the surface than you were previously.
Okay.
Right? And you can see the bottom of the ocean below you. Though it's still dark, it's just the twilight bottom of the sandy beach as you're approaching closer to land.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
I look over to Fateless and I say,
They need our help. What should I do? I believe it would be best if you head up to the top of the deck and help our friends, and I will stay below to ensure that everybody continues to row. Sounds like a plan, Fateless. We're going to try to attempt to do that right now. Except,
Alejandro is going to go out in the most dramatic way possible.
I'm
Of course
ready.
he is.
I'm gonna spend a hero point.
Okay.
I'm going to jump out of a hole where the cannon is, or the hole where the tentacle left a big gaping hole in the side of the ship.
Yeah.
Grab a rope, cut the rope right next to it so that I shoot up into the sky.
Yes.
Take my gun out, my pistol, my flintlock gun, and shoot the tentacle that is attacking Nicole right now to try to save Nicole. So
Okay.
I want to spend a hero point to do that heroic move.
Awesome. Great. Okay, so that's going to give you bonus die when
Yeah.
you do this roll.
That's
Okay.
very cool.
3, I believe. It allows.
3 bonus die?
3 bonus die.
Nice.
So as you know, it's to shoot from a distance. That's cost 2 raises. Since you're up on this side anyway, I'll let you spend a raise to take this guy out too.
Okay.
All right, and then you can still move, and if you can move enough, you can potentially use more raises to take out more tentacles.
Okay.
As is the way of combat. Usually, it's a raise an enemy, and in this case, this is just one giant brute squad.
Yeah.
A strength 10 brute squad,
Yeah.
which is why it's doing 10 damage to you, by the way. But as you continue to hack things off, you can continue to whittle away at this brute squad as long as you can get to the locations.
Cool.
All right.
Is this weaponry and finesse?
It's a beautiful finesse.
There we go. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Nicole.
Yeah, totally, man. I'm going to use all my strength to bend my body all the way in half to reach down to my boot that's being crushed and
Yeah.
pull my dagger out of it that has the preloaded poison on it.
Ah, got it.
Yank that out and just swipe at this POS.
Okay. All right. That's just a raise. Oh, look, you got a raise.
And a Benny.
Yeah.
Thank you. Get
You're
my
keeping these guys
business
alive,
today.
man.
Thank you.
Great. So that is just a single raise in order to accomplish that.
Great,
If it drops you, there's 2 consequences for falling on your head. You know.
How high up am I?
You're about 15 feet in the air.
Oh, crap.
Yep.
Well, good thing. Great. Then I'm going to use finesse to see if I can parkour my way out of that if that happens.
Okay,
so
great.
Finesse and weaponry.
Finesse and weaponry. Stella, you're at 3 out of your 5.
Yes, this will be the third.
Yes.
I think I'm going to continue. There are 2 options.
Mm-hmm.
One, I might want to throw this into his maw,
Okay.
and because we get that cube back.
We got it back before.
We got it
We'll get
back
it back
before?
again.
Yeah.
Somehow this feels like a weapon, and I want to throw it into his maw.
You want to throw it into his maw. Okay. 4 raises for that to climb along the side of him like that, and then to get it in.
Okay.
So
How about athletics and brawn?
athletics and brawn. That's fair. Yep. Athletics and brawn is good. 4 raises to get inside of that thing.
I might need some minis.
Which would probably be again you climbing across it and then taking that one just to shove it in.
Okay.
Because his maw's about the size of like a grand hall banquet door.
Okay.
All right. You'd have to kind of half put yourself inside of there. How about you, Milton?
Okay, so there's nobody behind us anymore.
You're
correct?
surrounded by tentacles.
I'm talking about our crew, though.
Your
There's
crew's gone.
The crew's gone.
Yeah, the ones that are above deck, they're all gone.
And do we know the result yet of the tentacle that's holding Nicole? Because I feel
No,
like
you can
Milton,
just see it suspended in the air.
Yeah, I feel like Milton would also attack that one.
Okay.
You know, even at the same moment of Alejandro's heroic.
Well, the good news is that if you got more raises than he did, you can resolve your raises first. So if you got more raises than he did, and you wanted to spend 2 to shoot that thing, then he can use his raises for something else.
Okay, great.
And likewise, vice versa.
We'll pretend that one doesn't exist.
Thanks, friends.
Yes, thanks for all the
Must-
bennies.
I got two raises.
2 raises, and how much
Can I
did?
also roll for Fateless?
Yes, you can still roll for him to.
I just did. How many bennies do we have left?
5.
All right, I rolled for Fateless to. He got 3.
Yeah.
So he's gonna put 3 towards moving the ship forward.
Okay.
Get everybody to row.
Yeah.
I rolled, and I got 5.
Whoa!
I'm gonna take 2 more on top of that,
Holy
Whoa!
and you guys are about to see the sickest shit you've ever seen.
I can't wait!
Let me see it.
So
Let me see it.
hyping myself up. Hyping myself up.
Yeah,
Alejandro
do it.
looks at that hole in the ship. He sees some ropes. He pulls out his his knife, runs up, grabs a rope, cuts the other one, shoots up into the air, like drops the knife, who cares?
Yeah.
Pulls out his flintlock pistol and takes out, with his total of 7, he's going to take out 2, you said 2 tentacles, or to shoot them so that they writhe away or whatever. Basically, I'm using all 7 to shoot up into the air, see some tentacles on the way, as I go around the front of the ship.
Pistol. It's a single shot.
Single shot?
Yeah, it's a flintlock pistol.
Aren't you a fencer?
Sure.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know
okay.
what? How about this? Let's make this even better. Let's Assassin Creed it. All right, so you can spend 7 because you've got them along your chest. So
great.
it's just shoot, drop, shoot,
There we go.
drop,
That's
shoot,
the way you
drop.
have to do it, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, great. Cool. So, first of all, grab the rope, cuts the rope, he shoots up. On the way, there's a tentacle, and with his knife, he just sticks it into the tentacle, drops the knife. As he's flying up into the air, coming around the front of the ship, he pulls off
This
one of
way.
his pistols, fires at a tentacle, direct hit,
Nice.
drops the pistol, doesn't give a fuck, sees Nicole in trouble.
Yep.
Swinging around the side, incredible triumphant music playing in everybody's head, and he's going to take another pistol and shoot at the tentacle as it's wrapping itself around her ankles.
Yeah.
And he's going to line up the shot and shoot that one off so that it encoils her ankle,
Yeah.
and then she's going to point down and go, ouch, ow.
Well, as she's dropping from 15
I'm
feet.
dropping from
better yet,
15
she's
feet, so
dropping
I'm
from
trying
15
to
feet.
roll into it, using all my
trying to roll
finesse
into
to
it,
parkour
And I
that.
lined it up, and with my feet, I kick off on a piece of the boat to meet her up in the air, grab her, catch her. We swing around the side. We keep going. I've got her. Boom! And she latches onto me. She wraps her arms around my neck. Just like this. I got her. Like, let's do this. And then we keep swinging around the side, and then
Awesome.
we safely land. I land with my feet first, so that she can kind of tumble and roll right there on the side of the ship.
Holy crap. All right, so that was 3 tentacles and a
was
dramatic
badass,
save from Nicole.
0 point spent.
As you're rolling onto the side of the ship, and Nicole still has all of her raises in order to act on
great.
this side. As well as Milton, you're free to use your raises for other stuff as well, too. Now, between you two, who has the most raises?
I had 3, but I need 4, so I'm going to use a Benny.
Okay, so you're using a Benny for yours,
And-
but I know, yeah. So, how do you want to go out on this? And do you want to give control of someone, or do you want to just give someone control of Milton?
Yeah, I think so. Basically, Milton, what he's been doing this whole time is just he's picking off tentacles as they go.
Okay.
That's because since his magic is kind of cursed right now,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to take the risk and screw it up for everyone else.
Makes
so
sense. Makes sense.
So, Hope, Stella, would you,
yeah,
since
you
you're
wanna
close
just
to his
Yes.
sheet,
take
would you
Milton
mind?
and just keep?
Do you mind if I hold on?
Yeah,
to
just
it?
hold on the
Okay.
sheet.
Did you hear that, Stella? He doesn't want to risk his magic because it could endanger the rest of us.
I see. We'll see if that is what happens because I just got a hold of a magic user. So.
Oh boy! I guess we'll find out what happens next week.
I'll just text you in half an hour.
All right.
All right.
So, but yeah, as you're leaving, what do you want to do with your 2 raises on your way out?
I would like to shoot the tentacle that's closest still to that could do the most damage, which is the acid one.
The acid one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to shoot it with the acid.
Yes.
So
Nice.
2 raises, direct shot.
Yeah.
Won't be able to
To
reload.
the bottom of the sea with you, foul beast, false god!
As it slides back into the ocean, you shot it as it was just opening its mouth up in order to do a spray. You just blasted right through it as
Nice.
it and slithered
Great.
back into the ocean. Great.
Nice.
You spent 4.
Spend 4. Okay. So she, in her mind, she's still got her cube in her mouth and she's using it to breathe. And in her mind, she thinks to Thanatos, you evil being, I thank you for giving us the exact key we needed. I'm so sorry. I had to take something from your maw. Let me return it with something else.
Okay.
And I take a cube from my mouth, and I, against all odds, yeah, I'm still climbing now. Now I'm like acupuncturing his face.
Yeah.
give you something else, and I throw it underneath him. I time it out.
So as you're climbing around this thing, you're getting close to it and you're looking into each one of the eyes as you're moving across it. And
maybe I get a couple in the process.
Yeah, maybe even so. But as you crawl, you can see the like stalagmite-sized teeth, as the gaps between the teeth are almost big enough for you to crawl in between.
Oh my god.
As you move along the side of this mouth in order to bring it and throw it back inside of there, and you watch as it screams, and you can see as its jaw attempts to clamp down, pinning you in between its teeth. But only because its maw is so large were you not just punctured in between this thing's jaw, but you are trapped in between its face. As you can hear Thanatos' mind piercing into yours, and you can hear him.
What is that? What did you put in there?
And you watch as this weird pixelation starts to occur along the side of it.
You were right about one thing, but you mixed it up. You say that your job here is to watch me die over and over and over again. But no, it is my job to watch you die over and over and over again.
As he clamps his mouth down, and you can feel pain coming across the side of your back. But at the same time, you're seeing this dense pixelation of energy as its form begins to kind of phase in and out of existence ever so briefly. And for a moment, you hear Thanatos' voice pierce inside of your brain, but at the same time you're watching this wavy form as briefly you see a boom boom just wave across the side of the inside of the water, as it seems like something was expelled out from it, as you hear Thanatos' scream,
No, not that!
and you hear his voice, and you hear Krakkatola in your brain come back, confused.
What was that invasion into my consciousness? And he looks at you and his single eyes goes, What? Is this your doing, small one? Do you have this kind of power?
Negative, Krakkatola. I have a mere power of mortals. But if you will believe me, I believe I saved you from whatever that was.
Then you are not a god?
And you feel as his mouth opens and his tentacle grabs a hold of you, and he looks at you and goes,
Then peace be with you.
And he crushes you in single motion as your body and your bones just crack into each other.
Stella, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
I told him I saved him from the invasion into his mind.
And you feel your consciousness just expel out of this body's form as you find yourself into a black void twisting and spilling, and you look down and you can see hope. Like you look at your hands and they seem unfamiliar but yet familiar at the same time as you kind of twist and rotate in this dark void that seems to be around you.
What the fuck?
Is this what happened to Sam too?
What the
Now, I hesitate to tell you exactly what happened.
Okay, that's fine, but I'm down for the count.
But you're down for the count.
As far as 7th sea goes.
How far is that in the death spiral?
All the way down. So you're going to take 20. It's actually, it's 25, 10, 15, 20. You're going to take 20 points of damage, rendering yourself helpless.
You don't have a hero point, right?
And that hero point allow you to hold yourself helpless. But at this point, you have been crushed amidst the tentacle of Krakkatola and popped
like a Tic Tac inside of his mouth.
And we obviously don't know any of this is happening, right?
But
I just got up on
important
the deck.
that you should say that, because at this point, Krakkatola's body does emerge from the water as it pushes and slides out. And actually, it's all the way over here.
Right before it does that, I turned to Nicole and I'm like,
Where's Stella?
She jumped overboard to fight the thing, to talk to it again.
Ay, Dios mío.
and then that happens.
She watches this crested, fallen form, and in a weird way, her idea worked. Is that as it's lifting its giant iceberg head out of the ocean, it does create a wave that pushes the boat along
Towards land?
Towards land farther as it lifts its tail up and continues to slide through, taking you another 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 raises. That's actually just enough. As it lifts itself up and you feel it crash along the side of the beach and tilt dramatically against the side of the of land in which you just moved into. And at this point you can see as Krakkatola's head body seems to be as merged as it possibly can be in the deep. As you can see,
How big is it?
when I say is iceberg size head, I literally mean it is titanic.
Wow.
We're talking maybe 4 stories wide and 2 stories tall, and the tentacles, like I said, some of them were the size of tree oaks. So the water must be several hundred feet deep still where it is, but even that's merging most of its body out. But crashing along the side of the beach the way you did, you are eminently out of his domain, and you can watch him slide back into the ocean as his form basically pushes back out into the deep.
He didn't spit Stella's body out?
No. The tentacles go away.
At this point, Fateless runs up, because they were just, everyone's thrown about, right? We're all
Right.
like fell over, like
Right.
your ankles are broken.
My one ankle's broken, but I would like to crawl on my elbows or drag my body, whatever I have to do to get that antikythera mechanism back in
Great.
my control, please.
Right.
Oh
Or
yes.
is it on
So you crawl back up and you
Whatever I have to
scoop
do
it
to
up.
grab that.
Let me. Yeah.
I had
fine.
3 raises left over from the previous battle,
Yeah.
so
So that's fine. You could. That's enough to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere
Yep.
or do anything.
So Fateless comes up, and the 4 of us are looking at each other, and we're just like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
Did we lose Stella? Where is she? Where did she go?
she jumped overboard with one of the tentacles and started climbing down. First she was dancing, but then she did that. I don't know if I don't know if Thanatos commanded her to. She had the cube. I don't see any whirlpools.
So there is just a collective consciousness that you share with your group and understand, and it is everyone who was on the boat is accounted for. You, along with Milton and Fateless, can definitely feel like Stella is gone, but it feels different than when Sam left. Like when Sam left,
Yeah.
there was this, it was almost like someone just ripping a Band-Aid off as hard as it can, but in your mind. This doesn't quite feel like that. There's an emptiness there, for sure.
And this is Milton. I feel as if my sister has lost the game, but not been removed from the board.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I don't think that she is lost, and yet she is lost. She's not here.
I mean, can we try to get her back?
So this is the part where I hesitate on kind of telling you what and where and how, and whether or not you should discover for yourself. I can tell you right now there's nothing you can do for Stella.
Okay.
All right? And that's about as much as I can give you without giving away too much of
Does
what's going
Fateless
on
know
behind
that?
the scene. Fateless especially would know that.
so Fateless says,
He's
I'm
the one
afraid-
who knows.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid that there's nothing that we can do for Stella at this point. At this juncture, it would be best to continue our mission and possibly try to jump. Because as of now, there's nothing that we can do.
There's a desert island in front of you.
I know this.
And there it is. The darkened clouds are starting to recede, and the quiet after the storm that usually comes with lightning and hail and rain is kind of piercing the island. So it is deathly quiet. The birds and the flora and the fauna don't even seem to be responding.
Not even any seagulls?
Nope, no seagulls.
No.
How much of our crew is left? You said all the crew below deck were
All the crew below
was
deck.
It like 4 or 5 guys?
So you had a strength 10 ship.
Yeah.
You lost 4.
Okay.
You're now at strength 6, which
Okay.
means essentially you have 6 crewmen.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Okay. So let's see if we can get everyone together and venture out onto land, shall we?
Right.
Should we bring them with us?
Why not?
You don't know what
I
you're gonna
feel
face.
like it is their choice.
Should we tell them what has happened? Their captain has been killed, but there is still hope for her? That we are not of this
I
world?
do want to point out that I think Stella's disappearance led to Krakkatola's disappearance. She might have convinced him to leave.
She sacrificed herself for us.
Yes.
I can't believe it. She was so brave and noble. Wouldn't you agree, Milton?
Yes.
So is the desert, well, the not deserted, but wholly deserted island. You can see there is a large, fierce jungle line with dense foliage in front of you. The ship is tilted to the point that it's beached, that you're standing at a 45-degree angle. So it would be very easy to just jump off and disembark, but there's definitely no way that this boat is seaworthy. In fact, you can see the entire front after it was lifted and then put back onto the sandbank from the wave that Krakkatola led you up in there. The whole front is caved in, and you can see the splintering of wood as it is essentially lying all of its weight on its bow. So, how would you like to man this expedition?
All right. Well, I would say, and you can laugh at me as much as you want, but I would say we all go get as much stuff off this ship as we can before we venture out. I'm talking food, supplies, weapons, anything we're going to need out there in the jungle. Pack up, see if we can get
Torches.
any extra arms to come with us, and then go on our way.
Ammunition, everything.
So you're gonna make like a beach camp,
For now.
essentially? Are you leaving any men at the beach camp, or are they all mounting the expedition?
Are we encountering any resistance from them?
No. I mean,
Should we say something to, like, should we tell them what the plan is?
that's up to you.
Gentlemen, the plan is to head into the jungle for a few reasons. Number 1, adventure. Number 2, riches. This is why we are here.
You can see as Damien, the NPC, kind of steps up amongst the crew and goes, "What happened? Where's the captain?"
She was lost to the god of sunken ships, Krakkatola. She sacrificed herself so that we could ensure our safety and survive.
Right.
We honor her memory by finishing this mission and finding riches beyond our wildest imaginations. Now, you can stay here if you want to. Stay with the ship, make a camp. We can go inside, look for civilization, for food, for supplies, and obviously bring it back here.
Don't you think it'd be wise if we leave a few men at camp just to keep a fire going in case something happens? You can man a small expedition out just to go and scout. You don't know what's out there.
Agreed.
I would suggest, since there seems to be no one stepping up at this point to run this ship with a dead boat, we don't even know how we're going to get out of this situation. For all we know, we are stuck here. So, may as well make a more permanent settlement rather than a temporary one. If you want to go man an expedition out there, go ahead. But I'm keeping men here, and we're going to at least make shelter in case that storm comes back, because none of us are going to go back on that broken piece of flotsam. He looks back towards the Crimson Roger, who is still looks like it could fall onto its side at any moment. So, do you have a
Enough.
problem with that?
None at all. What time of day is it?
It's getting late afternoon. The clouds pretty much covered up most of what the day had brought, and at this point, you're approaching evening.
As Nicole said, we will take the next few hours to strip the ship of any supplies, anything useful to make a camp, to make a permanent camp.
Anything that wasn't thrown overboard previously that we can use.
Yes.
So you guys can recommend that you basically take the day, and maybe even the following few days, to strip that ship, build yourself a little pirate camp, basically.
Ration the food.
You've got enough food, at least for the moment, that none of you have to be hunting and gathering.
I'd like to splint my ankle.
You could split your ankle because it's going to take a couple weeks for you to even just put any weight on it. By the way, minus your dramatic wounds, you can take away all of your superficial ones.
Okay.
So since this encounter is over. But your 2 dramatics are going to take, let's call it 2 weeks.
Okay.
In order for you to be ship shape again. And you have more than enough food for that at the moment before you have to start getting into the hunting gathering stages of your adventure. So
I still think that you should obviously come with us on the expedition.
So a couple of weeks. I mean, is there anything you would like to do beyond if you're going to wait the few weeks for her ankle to get better? How would you?
Are we going to?
Or are you going to turn this around quicker?
Milton? Faithless?
I would say let's not wait the time, and I will limp or make myself a crutch or find something to do.
All right, that's
I
fine.
agree. I think that there is a way that we can. This is Faithless talking. We can continue moving forward.
I mean, we don't know what happened with Thanatos, aka maybe Krakkatola. We don't know if Thanatos is following us here, and the only way to get away from Thanatos is to jump.
It would be wise to not stop looking.
I shall say a prayer to my gods to guide us through this thick jungle so that we may have safe passage.
That is a great idea, Milton, but be careful with magic. Remember, your magic is
50-50, I've been told.
Do you like those odds?
I mean, keep in mind we have Kalishima to talk to.
Right. He is a snake, an animal of the jungle. But first, a prayer to my gods.
Do you, on a side note too, with actually no, go ahead. Are you
Yes,
burning the hero point for magic?
Yes.
Okay. So as Milton kind of describes it with us, he essentially declares his intent of what he would like magic to accomplish.
Okay.
And then it either abides or it doesn't.
All right.
Magic does as it will.
So I take my staff and I kneel down and put my forehead to it. And I say, Gods of the earth, you have taken from me my sister. You have taken from me hope. And you have in both senses. And you have taken from me my lifelong friend. Surely now would be a time to balance the scales, for it has been tipped against our favor far too long. In this instance, we don't require much reorganization. Simply that my friends and these men have safe passage through your jungle, through your forest, to our destination, the door, the outpost,
the ruins,
the sanctuary. Give us passage, won't you? Ah!
Boom.
Boom.
All is silent for several moments, and you can get this feeling, this unspoken faith as it's passing through you, that it's confused, that what you just said about your sister and the balance makes sense, but there's a confusion around what you just proposed.
Okay.
So, if I may just be more detailed to make it less vague, the gods were not aware that the priest of the old ones were in a position that they had a sister. He's Milton, a vessel of the old gods, a man who has spent decades of his life dedicated. This is the first time they've heard of a sister from him.
Thank you for the Benny.
Thank you for the Benny.
And it confuses and in a way enrages them that they would keep a secret like this from them
shit.
for so long.
What if
Something
he just
like
was
that.
using the term sister casually? My sister.
Okay.
Because to be fair, Hal is Hope's sister,
Right.
not Milton's sister.
Right.
So.
Well, I've done effect up. All right, I've done it. I've said my prayer. Safe
Oh, but
the dice has
20. Natural 20
Again.
For us or for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, what a nice dungeon master! What a nice storyteller.
Oh man.
I'm
magic,
telling you,
magic.
we're all brothers and sisters here.
Yes.
The gods have interpreted your sister as just that, a lovingly binding, a familial relationship between
the
all
human family.
of the human family.
Oh, this
Did
is
it
what.
work?
Oh no! Oh no! Yes, it did.
As you watch the jungle in front of you, you see as out of nowhere moments pass in silence, and you have that feeling like, oh no, oh wait, oh shit. And then you hear trumpeting sounds.
Or are we gonna ride elephants in?
As you see several large elephants break through the jungle line.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
As they seem to just lazily kind of make their way onto the beach. They look like Asian elephants, so small pachyderms, but, elephants nonetheless. As they kind of stumble around and start lazily picking food out from some of the crates that you've unloaded with your food stuff.
That's adorable.
As they seem completely unafraid of the fact that there's a bunch of humans on their beach. So, magic, do as you will. And with that, we are going to save this until the next, maybe even last episode of the Seventh Sea, as we explore the ruins where the Antithecarium mechanism lies.
Fantastic.
Tune in, as I think we'll have everybody back to talk about things. And don't worry, we're gonna talk this out and see kind of what this means for everybody. But that's not for you to know, because that's part of the story that you will learn as we continue to go through Eureka moments. In fact, I may even write the next Eureka moment centered around this void blackness that you're contending with at the moment as Stella/Hope. Well, Stella's dead. I will say Stella is dead. Okay. So, but let's see what's in store for Hope.
I normally get more
Next
emotional, but knowing that the alpha character isn't dead and that we were going to leave these characters behind anyway, that's
I have a
not
theory.
as sad.
I have a theory. I think it's because Thanatos
Aliens?
dispersed, and I think if Thanatos kills you, then you're like out of the game for good. But if the world that we're in kills
That
you,
makes a lot
then
of
your alpha's
sense.
still alive. Just a theory, but that's my call.
Not a bad theory.
Not a bad theory.
What do you think? Message us, tell us, tweet to us, however you want to do. And make sure to tune in if you'd like to relive the pilot episode. Make sure to tune in tomorrow and let all of your friends know who never get a chance to watch live that there's now a place to watch our lovely little world of imagination that we put together for you every week.
Yes.
So, thank you everybody. Roll dice, play nice, and we'll see you soon. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of ForeverVerse. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe, as we'll be releasing episodes on every Thursday on GNS's YouTube, starting with the first episode right here. If you'd like to jump ahead to the current point in our campaign, you can always watch us live on Twitch, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to watch ForeverVerse episodes that are available right now, you can always go to projectalpha.com. They are all there for you. And if you want to watch episodes that we've already released on YouTube, there's this fun little playlist right here. Thanks. Goodbye. Yes.